What's going on Monday, April 27th, 2026? Ken Arzone talking baseball. I wrote a book, Yearly Leaders of Every Batting Category. The top 5 player list. I have 13 chapters. Chapter 1, home runs. Who were the baseball players in each individual season that ended up in the top 5 in home runs, combining American, National, and even the Federal League when they played? I've got the list, each decade and each year, the top 5. This video, the 1940s through 1949, 10-year period. 1940, Johnny Mize, 43. Hank Greenberg, 41. Jimmy Fox, 36. Rudy York, 33. Joe DiMaggio, 31 homers. 1941, Ted Williams, 37. Dolph Camilla, 34. Charlie Keller, 33. Tommy Hendrick, 31. Joe DiMaggio, 30. 1942, Ted Williams, 36. Mel Ott, 30. Chet Labs, 27. Dolph Camilla, 26. Johnny Mize, 26. Now, from 1942 through 46, that's a 4-year period, a lot of baseball players went into the military to help with World War II. So you're going to miss some names like Ted Williams and Joe DiMaggio. Some of those guys are not listed in the top 5 because they're in the military. 1943, Rudy York, 34. Charlie Keller, 31. Bill Nicholson, 29. Vern Stevens, 22. Jeff Heath, 16. 1944, Bill Nicholson, 33. Mel Ott, 26. Nick Eaton, 22. Ron Northey, 22. Frank McCormick, 20. Some no names in that year. 1945, Tommy Holmes, 28. Chuck Workman, 25. Vern Stevens, 24. Buster Adams, 22. Mel Ott, 21. 1946, war's over. Who comes back? Hank Greenberg, 44. Ted Williams, 38. Charlie Keller, 30. Pat Seareed, 26. Joe DiMaggio, 25. 1947, Johnny Mize, 51. He's the 5th guy, 50 or more. Ralph Kiner, 51. So he becomes the 6th guy, 50 or more homers in a season. Willard Marshall, 36. Walker Cooper, 35. Ted Williams, 32. 1948, Johnny Mize, 40. Ralph Kiner, 40. Joe DiMaggio, 39. Stan Musial, first appearance, 39. Hank Sauer, 35. And then 1949, Ralph Kiner goes 54 homers, second time, 50 or more. Ted Williams, 43. Ted never hit 50 in a season. Vern Stevens, 39. Stan Musial, 36. Hank Sauer, 31. So the 1940s are done. Who was the guy in the 1940s hitting homers? Well, you had Hank Greenberg and Ted Williams and Joe DiMaggio were good sluggers. But then Mel Ott, Rudy York, let's see, who else? Johnny Mize and Ralph Kiner make appearances. Now, I told you that the most times a ball player made the top 5 in homers, Babe Ruth 16 times, Jimmy Fox 10, Lou Gehrig 9. But you know who else was significant? Mel Ott, 9 times, top 5. He was in he had a 1929. He had some good years in the 30s and also some good years in the 40s. So 9 times for Mel Ott. Ted Williams, 7 times, and Joe DiMaggio, 7 times. So 1940 is interesting. And I consider from 1870 through about 1949, I consider that the old school baseball era. My assertion. My next video, I'm going to start the 1950s and go through 2025. We're going to get a handful of really good home run hitters, some really good sluggers in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Look out to these names that show up in these decades. And I'm going to cover the 1950s in the next video. I'm out.